Now at 9, after more than a week of searching, Eaton teen Scotty Morris was found safe just blocks from his home.
And the latest in the mass shooting at a Nashville elementary school.
Find out why Disney is set to lay off over 70,000 of its workers.
Plus, Botsford Swinford held its Equinox concert this weekend.
And I'm tracking a warm-up on the way after we have some clouds clear our area.
Delaware County's only live television newscast from Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening, and thank you for being with us. I'm Grace Benkowski.
And I'm Madison Smith. We begin with news from Eaton Police Department.
14-year-old Scotty Morris was found safe just before 11 p.m. Friday night. The announcement was made via Facebook as, quote, the best update to give. According to a press release, Morris was found at Hartford Street and Harrison Street in Eaton, only a few blocks from his home. He was transported to the IU Health Ball Memorial Emergency Room to be checked as a precaution, and he has since been cleared. In an updated release today, police said Scotty was found walking in town, and authorities have no reason to believe he was assisted by anyone while he was missing. Eaton police will no longer be giving updates as the case is being handed to the Department of Child Services. The police department thanked everyone who assisted in the search, including the community of Eaton.
Senate Bill 480 is on its way to Governor Eric Holcomb's desk. The bill would ban all gender-affirming care for minors in Indiana. This also includes access to hormone therapies, puberty blockers, and surgeries in the state. Opponents of the bill said the treatments banned are often life-saving for trans kids, but supporters have voiced their concerns about those treatments despite testimony from medical providers who said they are safe and reversible. SB 480 passed 65-30, and Governor Holcomb has not said if he will sign or veto the bill.
And over the weekend, students had the chance to attend a concert series here on campus. NewsLink Indiana's Lily Kroon talked with the coordinator and saw why this event was important to the musicians.
This weekend, Botsford Swinford Dorm hosted a concert for local and campus bands to perform at the Equinox concert. A variety of 8 bands saw their performance on Saturday after months of planning and anticipation. Garrett Turr, Living Learning Community Specialist and Equinox Coordinator, recalls the month it all began.
This group has been working on this concert since October is when we pulled them together, about like their dream, their vision, equipment, artists, the whole thing.
With this only being the second consecutive year to host the concert, Turr was able to better the event this year and looks back on the first year.
Last year actually snowed and we did it outside, and so it was kind of, it was a lot, but like the memories are crazy. It's wonderful.
According to Turr, the reward is well worth the time and effort.
When I see like the first like 11 by 17 poster, I come back from printing, it's like starting to get real. When we start promoting, start gathering that interest, gathering bands, I think that's also a really good feeling too.
The location is subject to change each year depending on weather, student desires, or a change in vision.
What the students want, in a certain sense, is I like to empower them to sort of make some of these big choices, and I can help them make it possible. We'll kind of determine, like, do we do it here, or do we go to, like, new place?
Turr looks for the Equinox concert to have a promising future for years to come. In Muncie, Lily Kroon, NewsLink, Indiana.
And so glad they were able to move that concert series inside this year because I know it was raining a ton this weekend.
Yeah, I'm so glad that it was a successful concert, and I'm hoping that we'll have some successful weather this week. Let's hand it over to Hunter and see what he has to say.
Yes, we are looking at some warmer temperatures through your midweek, but currently we had some showers that developed in our viewing area, but it's dissipating as clouds begin to increase through the night. But looking at the current temperatures, we are hovering in the lower 40s, but will increase again midweek. But what do I have in store here? We got some unseasonably cool temperatures for at least tonight and tomorrow, but we're checking some rain midweek, but I have a nice warm up for your 7-day forecast.
Well, thank you, Hunter. Now, devastation in Nashville today as 6 people were killed in a school shooting at a private Catholic school. Among the victims, 3 children.
Investigators have obtained a manifesto written by the shooter and are combing through additional evidence. Steve Manis has the latest.
An all too familiar and tragic scene at an American school, this time in Nashville, a community now in mourning.
I am overwhelmed at the thought of the loss of these families, of the future lost by these children and their families.
Authorities say a 28-year-old entered the Covenant School in Nashville and opened fire, killing 6 people.
Is this a targeted attack?
It was.
The victims identified by Nashville police include 3 adults and 3 children. Police have confirmed the shooter was a former student and had detailed drawings of maps of the school, which included entry points. The shooter has no criminal history and carried 2 AR-style weapons in the attack, which authorities say were legally obtained.
We have a manifesto, we have some writings that we're going over that pertain to this day, the actual incident.
In Washington, a plea from President Joe Biden to Congress to take action on guns.
We have to do more to stop gun violence. It's ripping our communities apart.
Meanwhile, the residents of Nashville are left in shock, families forever altered.
When we send our kids to school or to any place of safety, we expect them to live, learn, have fun, and come back from that day's experience. We don't anticipate things like this.
I'm Steve Nannis reporting.
President Joe Biden is using his executive privilege to ban U.S. government agencies from using spyware operationally. The executive order targets tools deemed a threat to national security or implicated human rights abuses. It comes as a bipartisan group of U.S. lawmakers call for an international coalition aimed at combating spyware. It can threaten American diplomats, and about a dozen State Department employees' phones were hacked in 2021. The human rights concern comes from the ability of governments to using hacking to suppress oppositional voices. The executive order does not ban the FBI and other agencies from using spyware for testing purposes.
The Biden administration is threatening a veto for Republican-led legislation aimed at energy costs. It has dubbed it the Lower Energy Costs Act. The House of Representatives is expected to take up the bill this week. The GOP-led House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee says it will reform the energy permitting process and boost domestic energy production. But the White House argues it will raise costs for consumers while padding oil and gas company profits, which are already at record levels. The administration also says the bill would undercut public health and the environment.
And President Biden's student loan forgiveness program may face a new threat before the U.S. Supreme Court rules on whether it can be carried out or not. 3 Republican senators are planning to introduce a resolution to overturn Biden's debt relief program, and if the measure goes through, Biden will likely veto it. Some members of the Democratic Party do not support the student loan forgiveness plan, though. If vetoed, members of Biden's party would have to make a stance. The bill promises up to $20,000 of debt relief, and it is currently blocked. The U.S. Supreme Court is expected to issue its ruling on the program in late June or early July.
Tipping culture is changing across America, why backlash continues to grow over social media.
And hundreds of Taylor Swift fans rallied in Los Angeles today. Found out why next.
I love you!
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas.
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Americans feeling less generous as more and more quick service restaurants like coffee shops and fast food are giving customers the option to tip.
And fewer Americans are coughing up the cash. Chris Wen explains what's driving that backlash.
18% gratuity is already included in the bill. Girl, it's water.
Across social media, a backlash to the growing number of quick service restaurants like Starbucks and Panera asking customers to tip. It's up 11% from pre-COVID levels, according to data from Toast, a restaurant management software company.
You add a tip at the bottom? A tip? For what?
That's a little too crazy for me, and I refuse.
The average tipping percentage at these places is down, dropping to just below 16%. Professor Depayan Biswas has studied tipping for a decade. He says this new tipping trend started with the boom of digital kiosks.
That's when these businesses realized they can put in a tipping option and earn a lot of money. If you're adding 10%, 20%, that's a huge jump in revenue for a lot of these businesses. And the digital interface facilitated that.
He's concerned the backlash could spread to other services.
That's my biggest worry, that it might actually affect the industry where it really matters the most, the full-service restaurants where the servers don't even make minimum wage.
I'm Chris Wynn reporting.
Mickey Mouse will soon be handing out pink slips. Disney CEO Rob Iger says his company will start the first round of layoffs this week. There are 3 expected rounds, which will ultimately impact about 7,000 employees. That's about 3% of Disney's 220,000 workers across the globe. The second round of layoffs is expected to be larger and is slated for next month. The final round is supposed to happen at some point before summer. Disney is engaged in a multi-billion-dollar cost-cutting initiative aimed at streamlining operations.
Chipotle will pay out $240,000 to former employees to settle union-busting allegations. It comes after Chipotle shut down a location in Maine, Augusta, about a month after employees of the restaurant filed the chain's first petition to unionize. According to the Maine AFL-CIO, the National Labor Relations Board ruled that closure broke the law due to timing and because Chipotle banned the Augusta workers from jobs at any other Maine locations. Now, under this settlement, those former employees will get preferential hiring in the state for the year.
Taylor Swift fans have been demonstrating in Los Angeles, where about 300 Swifties are taking Ticketmaster to court today. That's after many fans couldn't get Eras Tour tickets without paying scalpers inflated prices. The plaintiffs argue Ticketmaster has a monopoly that allows it to charge high fees and take advantage of fans. It owns 70% of the market after merging with Live Nation in 2010. Some fans want regulators to undo that combination.
It was a really frustrating experience trying to get concert tickets. I haven't experienced that before. And I got an Instagram ad for the lawsuit and I looked into it more and I really think that it's something that resonates with people all across the country.
The lawsuit also argues the company engaged in fraud, price fixing, and antitrust violations.
We are tracking some cooler temperatures right now, but guess what? We got some warmer temperatures on the way with some rain.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Every day,
Millions of people are connecting
and even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together.
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an
to
effort.
get to know each other.
On a deeper level. Father.
Cosplayer,
Mentor.
actor.
It's time we take a step forward
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together
and discover
How accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Welcome back. Get ready to look up at the sky. A planetary parade is coming.
The alignment of Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Uranus will become visible Friday and continue that way over the next couple of weeks. Onlookers should be able to catch the best glimpse of the 5-planet alignment on Tuesday evening just after sunset. It will be visible just underneath the crescent moon across the northern and southern hemispheres. Alignments like this one appear every few years or so. An expert says much of it will be visible to the naked eye, even in urban areas with significant light pollution.
And hoping that we have those clear skies so we can take a look.
Yeah.
Heading out over to Hunter.
So currently we are looking at temperatures right here in Muncie with 43 degrees, a little cooler in Fort Wayne at 42, and then farther south in Bloomington it is 42 as well. Now looking into the 24-hour temperature change here, we have seen temperatures anywhere from 6 to 16 degrees cooler, in which, I mean, we had a really nice day yesterday, and don't get your hopes up because, I mean, we will definitely see some warmer temperatures after this cold front moves through our area. But looking at that regional radar here, those showers are slowly exiting our state. But again, that cloud cover is still in our viewing area and will continue throughout the evening, which tonight we are forecasting a low of 30 degrees, winds north-northwest at 10 miles per hour. Again, it's going to be a pleasant night with temperatures at that freezing mark, in which you are going to start your morning here with 32 degrees, in which it will slowly make its way into the upper 40s here, ending it with your evening commute with 48 degrees. Again, winds 5 to 10 miles per hour throughout your afternoon here. But the precision cast here shows that we had some rain that will start to develop Wednesday and cloud cover building up because we are going to get this system of very nice warm air mass here, in which pleasant temperatures that will eventually lead into some rain here. And speaking of rain, we have currently observed 3.92 inches of rain for the month of March, which we normally get around 2.52 inches. So we, again, will surpass that 4-inch mark when this system comes through. So again, the cloud cover will start to build up on Thursday, in which we will have rain Friday and heavy rain Friday into Saturday morning, in which you will exit the state around 10 a.m. and could potentially have seen more showers throughout your Saturday afternoon. But the next 6 to 10 days, we are looking at slightly above average temperatures for our area, and which is going to be great to go outside and enjoy those spring-like activities that we usually have. So for that 7-day forecast here, we will have a slight increase throughout the midweek into the upper 50s here. I mean, 58. But again, we have 65 degrees for your Friday with 90% chance of rain. But heading into your Monday here, we're going to have that nice significant warm up into almost the 70s, but a slight chance of rain.
Oh my goodness, I'm excited for those 70s. I might just take that chance of rain if that means that we can get up there. High 60s, low 70s sound amazing.
Yeah, you take a little bit of rain to get a little bit of sunshine.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. And as we were talking before, as long as it's not snow, we're good.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to these warmer weathers. Get outside with my dog.
Yeah,
start going on a walk,
definitely. So. Well, thank you so much, Hunter. We'll toss it over to Jake with sports.
Thanks, guys. One NFL owner looks to make a positive change, and men's volleyball looks to improve upon their already impressive season. All this and more next in sports.
Here's your sandwich, miss.
Oh, thank you.
And your burger.
Awesome, thank you.
And your bowl of boiling water, sir.
After retiring from the NFL, I've been able to spend a lot more time coaching my daughter's basketball teams. It's something I love to do. Through our games and our tournaments, we see all types of coaching, good and bad. And it begs the question, do we really know who's coaching our kids? Do they have the proper training and screening it would take for me to be comfortable with my daughters playing for that coach? Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to screen and train all of our coaches. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
So if one cat has 4 kittens who reproduce every 6 months, how many cats will there be in 5 years? Who's got it? Is this... What is that? Seriously? Who threw that?
Cats are terrible at math, but they sure do multiply. Please spay, neuter, and adopt.
The solution is 10.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Jake Garcia with sports. New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft and his family are investing $25 million in a national campaign to fight anti-Semitism. The campaign, #StandUpToJewishHate, launched Monday. It aims to call attention to anti-Jewish bigotry in the U.S. by urging people to post a blue square emoji on social media, along with a message of support for the Jewish community or sharing how they've been impacted by hate. Kraft's nonprofit, the Foundation to Combat Anti-Semitism, is managing the campaign. Ball State men's volleyball is in the midst of another fantastic season as their record in the nest continues to improve. NewsLink Indiana's Brandon Beeman sits down with the Cardinals to learn more about their impactful home court advantage.
Ball State squads playing in Worthen Arena in the 2022-23 academic year are 55-8 overall. Men's volleyball, the lone program still continuing their season, have added 10 wins with just 2 losses at home.
Yeah, nothing better than being able to play in front of your own fans, and I think our guys thrive off of that. And yeah, just knowing that we got a lot of season to go and some of it is going to be played here is always good to get in front of the fans.
And while it may not look like it now, Coach Cruz and the team know that the Nest has been home to one of the best student sections in the MIVA all season long.
Our home court advantage is huge. We love our Muncie fan base. They always come out and show out. Our students are huge too. Everybody gets into the game, so I feel like it has a lot of energy, and we feel it on the court too.
Ball State fans aren't the only ones bringing the energy to the home court. The Cardinal players put on quite the show after a big kill and a monster block.
I love it when everybody reacts to a block, because I feel like it's, in our eyes, way bigger than a kill. So I love looking back at the bench and then getting all hyped. It just motivates me and keeps me energized.
Regardless of those impressive celebrations, the Ball State men's volleyball team snagged 2 home wins this past weekend. Coach Cruz has one request for the Cardinal faithful before their season ends.
Hey Cardinal fans, on April 6th and April 8th, we battle Loyola and Purdue Fort Wayne, and we hope to see you there.
Cruz and the Cardinals will need all the support they can get for their final 2 home games. In Muncie, Brandon Beeman, NewsLink, Indiana.
As men's volleyball dominates in Worthen Arena, men's basketball looks to develop the next generation on the same floor. Head coach Michael Lewis and the Cardinals announced the days and times for this summer's set of children's basketball camps at Worthen. The Little Cardinals camp for boys and girls ages 4 to 8 is set for June 15th. Day camp for boys and girls grades 2nd to 9th is set to run from June 19th to the 22nd. The camps seek to teach kids about the fundamentals of the game of basketball and improve their skills. Registration is now open. Head to Ball State men's basketball camps.totalcamps.com to register today. For more information, contact Bill Comar at william.comar@bsu.edu. To switch things over to the track, Muncie Burris High School preps for the upcoming boys and girls track and field season. The girls had an impressive outing last year as the boys fell early, but both look to improve for the 2022-2023 season. The girls were led by Cynthia Gibson and Lily Long as the Owls fell in the regional meet, failing to qualify for semi-state. On the boys' side, Burris was led by Nathan Sowers as their season didn't end the way they expected, ending with a loss in sectionals. Burris will hit the track and the field for their first meet this season next Tuesday, April 4th at 5 p.m. as both the boys and girls squads take on Mrs. Sinawa and Anderson Preparatory Academy at home. And obviously a fun summer planned for the kids for the basketball camps. Don't you guys think this is a great opportunity for the community?
Yeah, this will be awesome for kids who do live in and around Muncie to come here and learn from some of the best of Ball State. And I know the campus does get a little bit quiet over the summer, so it'll be awesome to have some of that activeness around.
Yeah, that will be a lot of fun for the kids to come and get involved with a lot of our players. Thank you, Jake. It was awesome learning about sports.
After the break, we have some adorable anchor picks.
And we'll check in with Hunter for a final look at weather.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. Can you help me? I got it. Thank you.
No problem.
Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared. So start now.
Right now? Right now.
You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. We have a cute animal alert. 2 bear cubs made their outdoor debut at the Smithsonian National Zoo. The male Andean bear cubs were born in November at the zoo. They're the first cubs born to the parents, Brienne and Quito, and the 4th litter of Andean bear cubs born there since 2010. For the first few months, the public was able to observe the mother and the cubs through a live webcam, but now zoogoers can see them in their outdoor enclosure with weather permitting, of course.
The infamous so-called fire-breathing demon dog is getting a 4th chance at a forever home. Ralphie is the 1-year-old 26-pound French bulldog described by a New York shelter as a terror in a somewhat small package. The Niagara SPCA says it finally found a perfect adopter for him after he was returned 3 times.
And Hunter, one final look at weather.
Yeah, so we're going to have that gradual warm up throughout the week, right when that rain system comes through Thursday, especially Friday into Saturday night. But again, we are looking at those above average temperatures starting your Sunday into Monday with potential of having some rain with a high of 66. So in general, great weather to start doing those spring activities.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much, Hunter. That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.